So Hazard's playtest weekend is now behind us, and I think we should discuss how it went. This is Vargon Draxar, and here's my opinion on Overwatch's newest tank hero, Hazard. First and foremost, it wasn't a full launch, it was just a playtest, and this may very well be the most balanced I've seen a hero at around launch. I think Blizzard has definitely learned from the overtuned Ramattra release and the horrendous release that was launch day Lifeweaver. Part of Hazard feeling like he's in a good state may partially be due to the fact that this hero is not an easy one to play. Hazard takes a large amount of skill expression to feel like he's super strong. I have equated his power level to the skill needed similar to Doomfist. If you aren't comboing your abilities or understanding when to go in or back out, he will feel extremely weak. But if you're utilizing his kit to your full advantage, he will feel quite dominant. Let's talk about the positives. The design of Hazard is great. I think this hero is going to get some of the best skins in the game, and a slight bit of me is hoping that we get a Mario collab at some point because Hazard is definitely the Scottish Bowser if you ask me. Mobility is fantastic. We have a leap on a 4-second cooldown and the first tank hero with access to a wall climb. Space negation is also great. The end of the violent leap has a knockback with the slash. The jagged wall is slightly smaller than a Mei wall and also has a knockback when enemies hit it or run into it. The spike guard does damage to enemies who are too close, forcing opponents to retreat or chance being eliminated. And finally, the ultimate downpour. It'll either trap your enemies or force them out of an area. So we've got great mobility and good space taking from our newest tank, which is exactly what you want out of the tank role. Now I personally don't think anything in Hazard's kit needs to be increased. No part of the kit feels weak, which is fantastic. As far as what the devs could do to balance the hero so he doesn't feel quite so tuned and reaches a better spot of balance amongst the rest of the heroes, is that I think we could look at two abilities. Spike Guard and the ultimate downpour. Spike Guard, well, I love the concept of 75% damage reduction while dealing damage to nearby enemies and reloading the gun. I think the damage is a little high for a defensive ability. Changes I would make to balance this is either reduce the damage numbers of the projectiles or reduce the speed at which they come out. I think it would feel a lot less satisfying to mess with the speed, so reducing the damage per projectile seems like the best course of action. Right now it does 6 shots per second at 12.5 damage per projectile. I think if they tone that down to about 10 per projectile, there would feel like there's some counterplay around it. And lastly, Downpour. The ultimate ability, holy is this thing satisfying, but it's massive. Now, I don't want to mess with the size, cast time, or the damage, but right now the trap lasts for 2.5 seconds. It truly feels like a dominant I win button with little counterplay unless you're playing a high mobility hero. I think what we could do is reduce the time of the trap from 2.5 seconds to 2 so it doesn't feel quite so oppressive. With all that being said, I loved playing Hazard. I think he's great and only needs some slight tweaks to keep him in line balance wise with the rest of the tank lineup. I'd love to hear all your thoughts, if you agree, disagree, and what adjustments you'd make on your own. Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and sub button, and I will catch you all next time.